Audio is a go.
Check. Whiskey? Check.
Whiskey with a
Check.
crab.
Just the crab.
We could only afford one crab this week. But we
The
did
other-
get whiskey.
The other crab is celebrity siding out this weekend
That's right.
with Snoop Dogg's DJ.
Yeah. How does that stuff come up? I feel like Tay.
I have no idea
that just always happens
what
with
that
Tay.
is. Yeah.
Taylor's
idea.
the most versatile volleyball player in the history in terms
Yeah.
of like having played different types of volleyball, even ones that are barely considered volleyball. There's no way anyone's played more different games than him at a professional level. If you consider like $100 professional or something,
Yeah.
because he'll accept any amount of money. I feel like.
At an event where cash is available to be won,
Yes.
Taylor will be
Any
there.
cash event that has a volleyball involved, he will be there.
Which it was crazy because he's never played Calcutta because that falls on Chicago
Yeah.
weekend every year. I finally
Mm.
crossed that one off the bucket list. It was nuts to
fun.
see some of the numbers.
Yeah.
You had two teams. I think Barnett's kid, Reese, I think his team went for like 7,900.
Really?
And the next one was like 71.
The pot was like 90 grand, right? Which is
Yeah.
usually kind of.
It's pretty. I mean,
90 grand?
yeah, like winning
Yeah.
team, I think split 45-ish.
But you split, the owner gets half, and then the team. with
If the
four
team bu-
splits,
if the
they
team
do,
buys
which
in.
they normally do.
Which I think every team
Yeah.
bought in,
Oh,
so they
that's
get a quarter
heavy.
of half the players,
which is still,
so an eighth. Yeah.
yeah.
Who are the main bidders in that? Is that like Richard Jefferson and that crew?
No, dude, this guy named
No.
Joe Lewis was just
Joe
bidding
Boxer.
on every the boxer.
Joe
He was
Lewis
bidding
is
on everyone.
back.
And I'm sitting there because it was my first one. So I was sitting there with Alex Amelon and Dylan Merrick. I'm like, is this normal for teams to be going for like $7,000? Like, oh yeah, this is like totally fine.
Huh.
Because I guess last year Sean Cook went for like 10. But then the better you are as an
Yeah.
A, the more you get saddled.
Yep.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you want to be like a good schmedium A.
Yeah.
Because then you get some help.
The best medium who like had a bad performance last year but is actually better than that.
Yeah.
That's who you want to be.
Yeah. You got to sandbag 1 year, so then you come in the next year and you're a little bit low.
Yeah.
Got to
You
play the
want-
long game.
Yeah, that tall like off the bench on a really good college team oppo kind of guy,
Yeah.
you know? I feel like that's your ringer.
Yeah. Have you done any of the four stuff?
I did Labor Day my first year, like when I was starting out,
Yeah.
and then I did the solstice after we came back from right before the Tokyo Olympics. When
Okay.
we were out, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna play." But we were
Solstice
it was
is
trash.
21st, right?
that's the best one, like best party one.
Yeah.
That's the most fun. And then I think I've done like one more, so 3. Yeah.
And FUDs.
Fuds. I'm ready for. I can't wait for fall
Dude,
of 2024.
FUDs 2024 is going to be
That's gonna
a
be
good one.
Yeah.
Because everyone's just going to be totally done.
Yep.
Like the Olympic burnout will be so real, and everyone's just gonna be
Early
ready to
off
play FUDs.
season.
When is
Yep.
FUDs again?
It'll be October.
Yeah.
And that's fours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the one with the sick final you were saying, right?
Yeah.
Like huge
Yeah.
crowd. Did you
Spring-
play? You played in it?
Yeah.
Oh.
One.
Played Trev in the finals.
One.
Yeah. Trev took me down in the finals in the fall, and then I won in the spring. The
Oh,
spring gets
2
the
a
biggest
year.
crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I heard it's like pretty much the same though.
I think it's
Like nothing like too different.
Yeah,
about
like
that.
the
He
vibe of the-
he won the spring one. He's like,
Yeah, the
it's
spring's
slightly
better,
bigger.
yeah.
bigger. But the parties are all the same. I
yeah,
heard,
the parties are all the same.
which are insane.
Yeah.
Like
No
so
way.
many people, and they're doing it back-to-back nights for 5 straight nights.
Dude,
They're out.
it's adult spring break. Dude. It's
It's insane.
wild.
It's so insane, and everyone's just having a great fucking time.
Yeah, I just go barbecue a trailer crab every night.
Oh, trailer crab.
Trailer crab.
I
dude.
feel like, yeah. I feel
Trailer
like
crab.
A good proper night out with that guy.
Yep.
You're going to be eating some frogs or something. But it'll be
Some
it'll
gator
be a
and frogs.
good night.
Dude, I love that he'll just be forever known as trailer crab.
Oh, for sure. What's his name again?
JD.
JD, aka
Yeah.
the trailer crab.
Trailer. I just forgot JD right away. Right when he said that.
Once you get a good nickname, you're done.
And he's the one who came up with it. Or proclaimed it, at least.
Well, we have back-to-back Chicago champ guy.
Shit.
Yep.
Dude, congrats.
Thank you.
You have a habit of winning the big ones.
Gold, yeah, just save up for the big ones. And I mean, even though there's only 7 events and half are the big ones. So
Right. But
That's true.
if you only have to peak for 3, you're peaking for 3.
Exactly.
I mean, you look at golf, you got guys like,
Yeah.
you only have 4.
4,
It's not
yeah.
for that.
Same
that
with
far
tennis,
behind.
right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, I was thinking it's wild to think that the Crabbs won 4 of 7
Yeah.
events this year.
Yeah.
So your parents
Wow.
are like,
Yeah, my
this is
parents are
kind of
winning.
nice.
My parents are winning, that's for sure.
Auntie Paula, I got the recent follow on Twitter
Yeah.
from Auntie Paula. Loved it.
Yeah.
Paula Pug or something like that?
And, yeah. And it was funny because after you won Chicago, I'll get on in a second. After you won Chicago, I put up a tweet and I was like, "Is Trevor Crabb the most underrated player of this generation?" And your mom replied, she was like, "I'm a little biased, but yes."
I didn't know she had Twitter until then. It was like she's like slowly adding social handles.
Yeah, she's been commenting on mine for sure.
Yeah.
all super positive.
She loves all the just commenting and everything.
But then your cousin comes in hot sometimes.
Which
Or
cousin?
back in the day.
Which cousin?
Oh gosh. God, I'm blanking.
Well, I feel like every Hawaiian has like
On my
60
dad's side?
cousins.
No, your mom's side.
Oh, Dane.
I think it's probably Dane. I
Dane,
don't know. It's all handles.
Yeah,
But Dane's
yeah.
just like
Yeah.
so pissed about the
Probably Dane.
breakup.
It's probably Dane. And then
I think it was Dane because he's I don't know. It's like a different handle name.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was like, bro, talk to Trev. Oh,
But
that's good, though.
you got 2 wins this year.
Yep.
And obviously, with you two splitting at the beginning of the year, what did you expect this year to look like coming into it? Because obviously it wasn't exactly what you expected back in December.
Mm-hmm.
Big change of pace. You have 2 wins.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think at first I was like kind of skeptical of Theo
Yeah.
and knowing like how motivated he was going to be. But then like obviously him getting dumped too gave him that extra
Yeah.
motivation, which he needs. Like him as a player, everyone kind of knows that. When he's not as motivated, he can be not nearly as good just in general, and he knows that too. So he's been motivated and he's been a lot better than years past, so I'm happy for that.
Yeah. Do you remember when we had you on for the first time? And I know this because we put the book together. Let's see if I can find it actually. Where this was when you were playing with Rosie. You had never played defense before. You and Rosie had like split a little. And you were like, "Yeah, I think I can make the Olympics as a defender."
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, I
And-
think I remember that.
Let me see if I
Yeah,
can find
have
it.
you read your part in our book?
Not yet.
Jeez, guy.
Just been
Your
signing
coffee table,
autographs.
just signing.
It's been kind of
Um,
fun to watch. People love this
Well,
thing.
it's kind of
But-
crazy too, like seeing your style on defense. Like you like playing read defense, like,
for sure.
and
Yeah.
then Theo loves playing read blocking,
Yeah.
where he has green light. So it's like double green light guys.
Yeah.
And I never even thought about it before, but now seeing it, I'm like, oh, these guys are built for each other, really.
Yeah, I mean, and it's also crazy, like, my dad has always told us, like, the best way to play defense is for the blocker to get the hard driven and defender get the shot, and that's kind of what we've been doing majorly, and Theo's obviously gets his hands in the right spot for the hard driven,
Yeah.
and I'm a little better just in general picking up shots,
Yeah.
just, like, staying balanced and waiting. So, yeah, I mean, it's been good for that, for sure. But obviously there's so many different styles of defense, and
You got a little scoop in the finals.
That
a
was
little
one.
leaning in there.
No, I didn't lean.
Oh.
I fell. I just fell,
Timber.
fell into that spot. Miles hit it right at me.
And that was a
That was like a
hard-driven ball,
bug
too.
dig right
Yeah,
there.
where he dives into
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and just throws his body. And a little McKibben scoop there.
But here's what you said in 2017. He said, "Last year I was getting some defensive reps behind Sean Rosenthal because he can do pretty much everything. But yeah, I definitely thought about playing defense, definitely something I could see myself doing in the future. but it also comes down to you getting a good blocker. And right now, I consider myself one of the better blockers out there. So you go to defense, you're competing with the good defenders for those few good blockers. It's definitely something that I could see myself doing. A little more split blocking. My goal for sure is the Olympics, and obviously to medal in them, gold medal to be precise. It's definitely something I see myself doing, and I can definitely see myself doing it as a blocker and potentially even down the road as a defender. So, page 152, Playbook of Champions, Trevor Crabb.
There we go.
Prophet.
Thank you.
Called it.
No, but I think, dude, for sure blocking is the hardest skill in volleyball. I've always thought that.
Really?
Yeah. Defense in general is so much easier, just from my experience doing both. Maybe just because I'm a little undersized as a blocker, so it's tougher. But I've always thought that blocking is the toughest skill in volleyball.
What do you
beach
think
volleyball.
makes blocking harder than defense?
I mean, there's so many like factors you gotta like read into. Like you gotta see the set, if it's off, if it's tight, if it drifts here, if it's drifting there, if the hitter's gonna hit or shoot. Because if he shoots, you're not really supposed to get that ball, right? The guy's trying to shoot over you.
Right.
And even in general, the hitter has the advantage every single time. So I think that's why. And you're like the first line of defense, technically. So the defender just gets the scraps in the back.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Do you think, and as competitive as you are, though, I feel like you like having control over the match as much as possible. And I think a blocker has more control over the match than defense. Because, as you mentioned, it's the first line of defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you miss that at all?
A little bit. I do miss, like, stuffing balls, you know.
I thought you were going to drop a name.
For sure. That's, like, I think one of the better feelings in volleyball is to just stuff a guy, you know, and scream at him right after. Yeah. Like, versus, you know, getting a sick dig, and then you got to still transition it away.
Which half your digs are shots. So
Yeah.
Like, too easy, buddy. You have plenty of time to drop a
Just walk
drop
right
dialogue.
in there. Thank you.
Well, even when you were blocking, though, it seemed like shot blocking was a little more comfortable for you. Or just like the way that your brain processes it. Like you wanted to swat shots.
Yep.
More so. You definitely got your fair share of bounce blocks here and there, but it seems like your brain's almost just wired for shots.
Yeah, I think just coming into that reading defense mind is just kind of waiting and seeing. But, like, also, like, since I'm kind of undersized, like, penetrating and then guys can go, like, OT still hitting-wise, you know, it's a little tougher. So then, like, delaying and waiting for that shot, even if it's a pretty high shot, sometimes if you delay it long enough, like, you can at least get a finger on it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like you've made the perfect progression from blocker to defender because you guys split blocked for, 4, 5 years?
Almost
you guys play
five.
I
together?
think 5, but it was like COVID
4.5, yeah.
kind of split in there.
Yeah.
I'm curious too, like, how's the physicality stuff? Because now I'm going back to blocking. I'm like, I got what I asked for. Like, I remember it being harder, but it is. How's that physically feeling?
Yeah, it's weird because, like, I feel like as a blocker, you're jumping more, but you're also, like, not running around as much.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's a little, like, give one, take one kind of thing.
It
like
could depend on how the game is going, like what kind of game you're playing, you know, if hitters versus shooters.
Yeah, like I've noticed, like, you could kind of take off some energy, like, as a blocker. Like I've noticed when I'm getting tired as a defender, like, I'll start to stand up, and then that really messes with our defense because I'm standing up and not being able to go places. But as a blocker, you know, you're always kind of in that position. You don't have to maybe get so low on a block,
Right.
so you can kind of take a little something off on a play.
Well, your blocker has the lowest load or the highest load. Actually, you and Theo have the highest, like, you don't get very.
Oh, yeah.
Your butts are like
Theo's
like a
even,
foot.
but he's even springier,
He's like,
so
bing,
he can fucking
dude. Yeah, it's
get up like
Yeah.
nothing on
It's
it
crazy how
without
fast he can get over the net.
without like taking that load.
Yeah,
but
I'm like touching the sand. He's like
Yeah.
2 feet from
He
the
just
sand.
gets like a slight hinge and then
Yeah.
he's up.
and then, like, just diving for balls, you're like tweaking different muscles there as opposed to just more jumping as a blocker. So I think it's just kind of like they're both got their pros and cons for their taking energy out of you, but once it took me a while to kind of get the body adjusted to doing defense full time for sure. So anytime you're doing something new, you're gonna be adjusting. So
I feel like it's fun too to be in a new position and you're just learning so much new stuff. I feel like you keep doing that where you're like, all right, well, I'm a career left side player. Now I'm going to play right side. Now I'm going to split block. Now I'm going to play defense. I think you've always just kept it super fresh and learning something new.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, which is like the best part I think about beach volleyball is you get to just do everything, you know, as a player, left side, right side, defense, blocking.
I feel like
all the skills.
Did you feel like that was kind of like part of our makeup growing up in terms of learning volleyball, like being from Hawaii? Obviously, it's a little different because your guys' dad is like so good and taught you guys specific stuff. But for me, it was like you're not really Hawaiian style volleyball player if you're like, I'm a good middle blocker and I block balls, you know, and that's it. Like, great, you do one thing. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's how I felt.
for sure. That's like, especially playing on the baby court, it was just like play every position and just, you know, and there's no set blocker or defender or left side, right side. You're just, we're playing everything. So that for sure helped in a great way, you know?
Yeah. I feel like you would be, if there was a KOB tournament right now, you'd be the number 1 draft pick.
God, that's a great idea. SANDCAST KOB.
I'm still a little upset that I lost that one during COVID.
Oh.
That was BS though.
Oh, with Bug?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to come back
dude,
and help out.
you beat him and Taylor. Remember with who was it?
It was me.
Who's your partner?
Oh my God, Chaim.
Came.
We smashed him.
Dude, you smashed him. And then he took last and got booted. But then Taylor got first choice. So he got, or I wasn't allowed to pick him because that was one of the rules. You said you can't
couldn't play with your own partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Taylor got first choice and then obviously picked him. And
would you have picked me though?
I was stuck. Oh, I would have picked you over Stafford. I was stuck with Stafford.
I love Stafford.
Yeah.
Oh, I would.
But what was the game though? It was like 22-20 or something.
Close.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was a fun.
That was a good time.
We gotta put another KOB on.
Yeah, McKibbin's need to do another one.
Jesus.
Maybe 2024 fall of next year.
The Sandkibbin KOB.
Sandkibbin.
Ooh, there we go. With whiskey.
Invitational.
With whiskey.
I bet Bug will play.
Tell you, we got whiskey and $10 on the line. I'm in.
Yeah. 100%.
I think we had 8 guys?
Yeah.
2 pools?
2 pools of 4. Top 2.
We could probably do like 16 this next time.
Yeah.
Dude, we should do like
4 pools.
Oh, there's a lot of volleyball this year. We might be over it. But I was going to say there's no championship. Like, championship.
Make up our own.
Just go find some sand in the desert out by Vegas and just put it on.
Yeah, I mean, why stray away from home base is 16th? Just stay home.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, that's where
yeah.
that's where it's gonna happen.
Just stay where the fans are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Trev, we mentioned whiskey, and this is drinking whiskey with
kinda
A Crabb.
delicious.
Now, what are we drinking?
New sponsor here, a little Watertown whiskey, all the way from Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
It's available in a few stores here in the South Bay. A little coconut whiskey to keep me, hydrated at the same time when you're dehydrating.
You're getting ahead of the hangover.
Is that a fact?
Exactly. It's a fact. It's been proven.
It's been proven. Coconut hydrates.
And try some out. On the rocks is kind of the way to go.
I won't lie, it's pretty good. It's like has enough of that flavor. It's almost like having a coconut old fashioned.
Yep.
Sure.
Little topper.
Yeah, sure. Good to go.
Good for now. So we got the post game drink.
I'm into it.
Yeah, what's the Sally like with Theo after a big win?
Well, he rarely gets to celebrate, so he was able to celebrate. No wife and kids there, so he was able to come out with us and have a good time.
Nice.
Streeter's Tavern, Chicago.
Yep.
It's like the shellback of Chicago, basically. It's a fun,
lot of good bars and clubs there. And
every
year,
yeah,
Streeters.
Yeah. It's like, there's so many good spots out there, but just kept it the same and went back to Streeters and had a good time. A lot of people showed up, like players and fans, and so it was pretty cool.
Shout out to your hype man, Andy.
Yep. Shout out Andy, Nelly Sells.
It looked like the fans showed up in Chicago.
Dude, they're always great there.
Yeah, that was
It's
legit.
like they might have, besides Southern California, they have the best, I think, fan base for AVP.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. That's the best event outside of California.
Yeah.
Like hands down. And it has some history. I just wish they, like what we were talking about with Bug, just like have some kind of like thing that's like permanent, you know? Or even like a cool award.
Dude,
like
what's
a Chicago, like a bat or something. I don't know.
Well,
like a Cub bat.
a listener heard that episode, and so he pitched different prizes for each stop, and he
there
said
we
that
go.
you should get like, Chicago's like famous for the bean.
Uh-huh.
Like if your trophy's like a bean. Like
How
a
many
mini
beans
bean.
you got?
Yeah.
A mirror bean.
Yeah.
That might be a little expensive for AVP.
I mean, maybe.
I don't know.
probably.
I was in CVS and there was
Oh, there's
beans
beans
for sale.
Yeah.
Like different size beans for
Oh,
sale.
there we
Yeah,
go.
so you could get
So
like
they just got to go to
you
CVS.
could get a
Yeah.
bean, get your like
That's
a quick
perfectly right
inscription.
in AVP's budget, actually.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so I think that'd be kind of fun.
That's
Yeah,
a great idea.
Yeah. Good job. I forget what listener pitched that, but great job.
Great job. Yeah, I'm into that.
Where does Chicago stand on like places to win? I mean, Manhattan's obviously number one. Like that's out of the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take Manhattan off the tour,
Yeah.
and then
Because it's the given. It's
Yeah.
the best crowd. It's the best one to win.
Chicago's
Yeah.
Chicago over Hermosa
Chicago.
would be my thought. Because obviously Atlanta's a Gold Series. They gave it the label, but for me, Hermosa carries more weight because it's Cali. It's right
Yeah.
here.
I mean, you
home
can
base.
call something a Gold Series, but it doesn't make it more meaningful.
Well, it needs some history to
Yeah.
it too.
Yeah, that's a toss-up, Hermosa and Chicago.
Really?
I think.
I would have thought it would have been
Um,
Hermosa, no question.
No, it's close. I think it's just like the fan base there, then the backdrop.
It's sick.
And then just to travel and to hang out in Chicago is a bonus too. But it's also nice, obviously, just rolling down the street from home, playing in the tournament here. But yeah, I mean, hopefully they both stick around for a while because I know that Hermosa got X'd out for a little bit there and
Yeah.
brought back,
Yeah,
and then
for real.
luckily Chicago has stuck around for a while.
Yeah. It's just a bummer. We gotta find a way to get Hermosa away from Stade.
Yeah,
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
twice in a row
that's
Hermosa's
a good
conflicted
point.
with Stade, which like for me, I'm like, great.
Yeah,
Go away.
100%. No, they need to fix that.
Yeah.
Whoever this new management is, or whatever the hell is going on,
Yeah.
that's some BS.
Yeah. But I'm surprised that Chicago would be that high. That's awesome.
yeah.
Chicago is the one place that I still haven't made a main draw. Just kidding.
Oh,
Just
really?
eludes me every year.
Midwest, bro.
I know. Love it.
It's the one.
You and Rafi.
You want it too
Me and
bad.
Rafi.
He wants it too
I
bad.
did win a tournament in Chicago. Probably the hardest tournament I've ever won was an AVP Next Gold
with Rafi.
with Rafi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we played Cody Caldwell
Rafi's
and
from
DR.
Chicago, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. We had to play like Cody Caldwell and DR for 13th in the contenders. That's a pretty good team
Yeah.
for 13.
Jeez.
We just grinded.
Don't miss that.
You're about to hit the world tour again? Are you
Yep.
guys going to Paris?
Paris,
Okay.
and then world champs. Yep. Gotta go to Europe and then back to Mexico.
Yeah, I was wondering what teams would do if you guys would make the trip just to come all the way back. Do
What's
the
your
time
guys'
zone
pool
thing.
again for Worlds?
We have Andre George from Brazil, and then
You guys beat them once already. too,
yeah,
right?
1-0 this year, and then Ukraine, haven't played them, and then the sleeper from Gambia.
Oh,
you-
my guys.
You know them?
Yeah.
Where'd you play them?
When I was traveling with A-Rob, they played in the Doha One Star.
That
And those-
team.
Yeah. And so it was like the bubble days. And so we were just stuck there together for a week. So I got lunch with them like every day.
So you have the scouting report.
Super athletic.
Yeah.
It's like a team that you would see, like a really athletic team in like a CBVA where they're the number 2 seed in pool, and you're like, these guys they bounce it over the pier like 30 times in warm-ups, just like little ball control issues.
So the
Yeah.
opposite of
Peer
me.
bouncers on
The opposite of me and Theo then.
peer bouncers against Theo is kind of
trouble.
ideal for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those are always like you always gotta you can't let up. Like I remember our world champs when we had
God.
Iran, who they were a
Iran's
solid.
good,
They were a
dude.
solid ball control team. So a little different.
Right.
But we also had, I think, another African team in there who we just smashed.
Yeah.
Forget the.
Did you have
name.
Thailand?
No, that was
different
last.
one.
Okay.
So
different
our world champs in Hamburg. We had Iran, and we freaking get smoked the first set.
Yeah.
We're like, all right,
Oh, this is trouble.
here we go. And luckily,
We pulled it out
got
pretty
it together.
close, right?
Yeah,
I want
the
to
third set, I think.
15-12 or something.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But they were solid, and then you always have to like
Yeah,
You
don't
know,
sleep on those
don't
guys.
sleep on any team. in
Well,
World
luckily we don't
Champs.
have any sleepers in our pool. I think
your pool's-
Chile
your
too
pool's
is
stacked.
Yeah.
our worst,
You
our
guys.
lowest seed. We got Ellers Vikla,
Yeah.
who I haven't beat yet. And who's my third team?
You got Chile. Oh man, they're
Come
pretty
on,
good.
Travis.
Someone good.
You gotta know
I
my
forget.
pool,
I
bro.
know.
Someone else pretty damn good.
Yeah, I think that's the toughest men's pool by far.
There's that, and then there's one other that's pretty tough.
And-
that got the French team as their fourth.
Oh, that's
that
right. Yeah,
wild
yeah.
card team.
That team,
there's- Okay.
they kind of fell off the
Kane and
map a
Rotar?
little. Like they started
No.
real hot.
Bassrow and
yeah.
Laniel.
Bassero, yeah.
I have
Yeah,
a feeling
that's
it's
tough.
because they're gonna get the wild card for the Olympics, so they don't even need to play.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right?
Those dudes they have a full deck of wild cards
Oh,
at this
yeah.
point.
BS, all these.
They already have a few.
Yeah, I mean they got.
Oh, they're gonna get Paris.
They
Who's
got
gonna?
Paris.
They already got Paris Elite 16.
They got world champs in Paris.
They're gonna get a world
And
champ.
I think one.
Wait, they got a world champ wild card,
Yeah.
and then they're gonna get a Paris Olympic wild card.
Or I'm talking about Paris for the elite they got for the main show.
Right, but who's gonna
They're
get the Paris
probably
Olympic
they're
one?
probably gonna get that.
Oh my God! Here's a
And
freaking
last
gift
year when
wrapped
they
career
last
for
year
you
when they
guys.
started
Yeah.
playing.
Jesus.
Straight from indoor.
Last year when they started playing, they got I think Hamburg and Paris main draw, and then they got the wild card qualifier for maybe the Maldives.
Wait, what? These guys have gotten already like 5 wild cards?
Yeah, well,
I've gotten
resets
0
every year.
in my
Yeah.
entire career.
But I mean, the U.S. doesn't host events. Like we're never gonna get wild
Right.
cards.
I got
unless it's
one.
Alex Kleinman.
You
And
got
I
one?
won the
With
tournament.
Rosie?
Me and Mayor,
Oh.
3-star Lucerne, Switzerland. We got the wild card and we won the tournament.
But that was when we were hosting events. That was when we were hosting the Fort Lauderdale Major.
True. That was the last year we had the tournament.
Yeah.
2018.
Oh, interesting.
But if you don't host events, like
Thanks a
Then
lot.
no one
you're
likes you.
never getting wild
Yes.
cards unless you're Alex Kleinman.
That's fair. Yeah, what?
And then you have a
Kleinman got
pretty
one.
good case.
So you just got to win Olympic gold.
That's it.
Or be Casey Patterson used to get a bunch. Granted, we were hosting events back then.
Yeah.
But I think it was more because he's popping lock and
Yeah.
hey, come on, player.
But Andy and Miles' pool is sneaky tough because the team that just has the FIVB flag, it's this Venezuelan
that?
team.
It
that's-
said like
Venezuela.
it said like Peter
They're
and Gary or
Yeah,
something.
I was
It's
so
like,
confused.
and Peter and Gary.
They're good.
Like what?
Yeah, they won a futures and a couple like local events. If you win a futures, like you're a decent team. Like they beat the Huertas and
Yeah, you know how to play volleyball.
yeah.
We had, what, Colombia last
Doesn't
year?
sound like it'll be a
in our
problem. We had
World
Thailand,
champs? and Colombia. We had a good pool because
Yeah.
we got the 1 seed. But the Thailand team, we almost,
We were like out of the tournament to like 6 seed in the
Yeah.
tournament.
Yeah.
and then
And then we
friggin'
got Karma.
Yeah,
Karma
Karma
hit
crushed me with COVID.
Yeah.
We had a good draw too to get to quarterfinals.
Yeah, we
did.
had
Oh my
Luingi,
God, what a
Puningi,
What a
And then-
like 2 weeks.
and then we
dude.
had
Just like,
Estonia.
dude, we could have like got to the freaking
We're on
medal
the,
rounds.
We're just
after not
killing
being in the
time in the
tournament.
Amalfi Coast before that with
Yeah.
Tito.
Oh man, that's
I think one of you was due for a tough pull after last year. After
And
not
this guy
being in
got
the
This year.
event.
Karma.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was talking to Gabby about it. I don't know where you were. I was like, Trout was kind of due, and she was like, but they got COVID. I was like, they shouldn't have been in the tournament anyway.
well. I mean,
We shouldn't have been in that top seed.
Yeah.
but we
We
should have been in the
should have
tournament.
been in the
Yeah.
tournament.
I don't even understand how.
We fell off so fast from the rankings out of world champs, and it did not seem. It was just timing.
Yeah.
Like old points and new points, and just like what? How are we out of?
and
We didn't play that bad except for Turkey. We did
Yeah.
like when we needed to.
Yeah.
and then now, like, I don't understand how many European teams get in. Like, do you know? Like, how did
I could-
friggin' Seidel and Pristouts get in, and Lupo and Rossi?
That I don't know.
Dude, like,
because
I think they take like 8 continental bursts for Europe.
so the trickle down from that must have been huge.
Yeah.
Because like DeGroot and Luini weren't going to use a bid, Anders and Christian weren't going to use, like, it must have trickled all the way down. Because I was wondering that too, like how Lupo and Rossi got in.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
Did Shakhtar Deering get in?
Yeah.
Through Norseca?
Norseca.
Yeah.
But we only get 2, or no, we get 4 Norsecas.
4.
So I think Europe must get 8 then.
Yeah, and
For some.
I think it makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
in terms of talent.
For
I don't
sure.
know.
Right. That's fair.
Yeah. But it just, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, and Asia's getting kind of deep too.
Are they?
Yeah, like they get, because both Australia teams weren't in the top 23.
Yeah, now
They're
you have,
second and third team.
yeah,
So they must have both got the continental berths.
yeah, because Hodges and Schubert, they won.
they were top 23 though.
Okay, and they also won Asian champs, so I think that might have trickled.
Oh, you get an automatic bid for that.
I think
So
so.
that probably trickled.
Yeah.
A little trickle. The old trickle down.
The
And then
old
our
trickle-
trickle down doesn't happen for U.S.
No.
Miles and Andy.
He went to Guatemala.
It went to Guatemala and screwed Chase and Miles.
Chase and Miles.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
No
Yeah.
trickle
But
for
they're
the U.S.
they're gonna be in our position last year, right? Aren't they the first team in?
Yeah.
So they could be a 1 seed.
They could.
Yeah, I mean, and Tlaxcala is not far. If you
Oh no, they're going.
Are they?
I think Chase said they're going. They're gonna be sitting on site.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a $250
tacos.
ticket. You might as well.
Oh yeah, down the
'Cause
street.
I think the last 2 or 3 world champs, they said that there's been a withdrawal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously last year there was
Adrian
one.
got the year before, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't that when he like drove over that night, like through the night?
Through the night.
White knuckling
Yeah.
it through
Through the dangers.
through
and
the European
crossing the
dangers
borders.
with his passport. It is a little.
It's so funny the pacing
Nice.
of the different events. Like World Champs is one
Yeah, I'll
match.
take 1 cube.
I'll take one too. Try World Champs like one match every other day.
Yeah.
Like, what do
that's,
you-
that's nice.
How do you handle that as a player? Like that would drive me insane. Like I would need to play like 2 practice matches a day on the off day.
I don't mind it. I've always never minded like 1 match a day, just in terms of like sleep in, then do like, activation in the morning, and then because that's how like, basketball was, you have
Mhm.
just 1 game at night. You're just kind of do a shoot around in the morning and
Right.
then go eat lunch and
Take a nap.
whatever, just chill,
Yeah.
watch TV, listen to music, and then slowly start to get amped
Thanks, homie.
for the game. Yeah, I don't know. It's
Same as indoor volleyball. That's
right,
what it
same as
True.
like any other
Any other
sport.
sport.
It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
we're the only sport that's playing like multiple matches in.
was. Yeah, does
a
tennis
day.
do that?
No,
Mm-mm. Just
heck
one.
no, they do.
Honestly, it's
One every-
not.
And for
I
their
don't love
majors,
it.
they play
don't love
one day off and then
Yeah.
play again.
And their majors
for the
are
majors.
like multiple weeks at a
2
time
weeks.
sometimes.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's like necessarily way more valuable for fans to be like, oh, I can watch them play twice in 1 day. It's like if they go and show up and watch us play with full energy, like that was it. We filled their cup.
Yeah,
They're stoked.
Yeah.
they care.
Why do we need to be like grinding? Be like, oh, look at these warriors, like out in the heat all day long, just grinding.
Yeah.
Like I don't think that's that cool.
I think the tough part is one, getting fan attendance for like World Champs is the 6th to the 15th, so 9 days. That's hard to command an audience that long. Whereas if you're just doing Friday, Saturday, Sunday, obviously a 48 team
Yeah,
is going to be impossible.
a
to
World
do in 3 days,
Championships
but-
is
yeah,
is a different story, I think, and Olympics is the same way.
yeah,
Granted, it's a whole games, so you have plenty to watch in between.
yeah.
But yeah, that's super drawn out. I don't mind it,
Yeah,
especially when it's so big. You're not like, oh, I gotta get out of here. Like I'm so over this tournament.
right.
You're like, no, this is
It's a
like,
big deal.
This is a big deal.
Yeah.
It should be like a one-off, and you're like prepared for
Fully
that
prepped.
specific event. There shouldn't be like 8 events going into it, and you have to like pick and choose.
Yeah,
So it is nice that we have this break actually before. And Paris is like you get to choose if you want to. Well, for us in qualies, we're in a different situation, but most teams get to pick and choose whether they want to use it as like a tune-up or not.
Yeah. I think one of the more one of the elements that fans are interested in is like your friendship dynamic.
Yeah.
As like you were partners, now you're not. Now you're like you're still close friends, but
It's
you're also like fighting for a spot.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly.
You know?
I feel like just if we were younger, it was like a lot different when you're younger guys and like you're not as in check with your ego. But now we have like a very like clear like leave it on the court kind of understanding, unspoken thing. And I don't know. I feel like it's not many athletes could pull this off with like their good friends, because it is super gnarly. And especially with like the whole breakup, me being like, I want to go this direction. Oh, fuck, this is terrible. But then it had so many repercussions for his life. Whereas like usually most people's careers, like you make a career choice for yourself, it doesn't freaking affect one of your best friends.
Right.
But that's just how it is for us. But I feel like we've managed it pretty nicely. And we like everyone gets green light to go at each other on the court.
Right.
And like sarcastically, socially, whatever, you know. There's a line that nobody's crossing, and I feel like we've maybe mastered it at this point. I don't know.
You seem to have it dialed.
Yeah, I mean, and then I've already kind of gone through this too with my brother. Like I fought
that's
against him in our last Olympic race.
Yeah.
After we broke up, you know.
Yeah, true.
So it's I'm kind of used to it, and just everything gets left on the court, and we're all friends afterwards, and like life is life, you know, and volleyball is volleyball.
Yeah.
So
there's not many. Like, it would be really difficult, I think, for other athletes to do it. Like, I was watching the Magic Johnson thing, and, like, him and Isaiah Thomas were literally best friends.
Yeah.
And it was like, boom, not talking. We're not friends anymore. Like, this is just because literally what happened on the court. Like, they got in each other's face. They started competing super hard, and it was like, we can't manage both, you know? And I think it's more of a skill that we can, you know. You like really got to check your ego very often.
Yeah.
And like keep it in check and like not cross that line kind of thing. But at the same time, like allow everyone else to be themselves and you do you kind of thing.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny. Like when it was still kind of fresh, people were like, so what's the deal with trying Trev? I'm like, well, Trev came over to watch basketball with us the other night, so I think they're all right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, playoffs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jamal Murray, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Carrying the Nuggies.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the nature. That's why they like, everyone's like, oh, beach volleyball needs its own like TV show, because it's so unique in that way.
Yeah.
Not a reality TV show like most people pitch,
Right.
but more of a docuseries style, which is on the table
Yeah.
at the moment by like way too
Couple in
many
the
different
making.
companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just unique to our sport.
Yeah. Trev, I think you probably get the most like disrespect from casual fans, and that they like they watch you play, and like you said, you're the anti-pure bounce guy, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're one of the least sexy winners out there, where you just like low line,
No
Yeah.
offense.
shot. Like you just
Are you
you-
talking about like looks wise or
Yeah.
like his game?
No, I'm the sexiest
looks,
looks
right?
wise.
Oh,
Vernie, you did
you're talking
great.
about his game. Okay.
Does that ever bother you when people are like, why is Trevor Crabb good?
Not really, because then like I get to have, you know, the sweeter moment at the end after, you know, winning or something like that, and then just kind of rubbing it in their face.
Yeah.
Like kind of like Chicago when people bet against me.
Just taking receipts.
Yeah.
He's always taking receipts.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I had my boy
That
John.
was pretty good,
my
by
boy
the
John
way.
Justice. Did he pay you?
He did.
Oh, that was your boy?
Shout
Yeah.
out John Justice
Wait,
for paying me.
that was-
Thank you.
Hey, a lot of respect.
And then-
I do not disrespect at all for making the bet.
Yeah.
As long as he paid
So-
up,
so
it's all
Johnny,
good.
he sends me a screenshot. He's like, listen, you know, Trev, like, what do you think? Is this bet good? I'm like, Trev doesn't mess around. Like, if he says bet's on, bet's on. He's like, would Trevor have paid? I was like, if you asked to collect, I think Trevor probably would have paid.
Yeah. If he asked to collect, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, because I asked to collect.
But you
Because
would
obviously,
have let him forget about it if you forgot about it.
oh, well, yeah, but he wouldn't have forgot about it,
Right.
you know? Like,
Maybe he would have been too shy to like call you out.
because it's that, you know, little gray area of like making a bet like online or like
Right,
through
right, right.
social media, right?
Yeah.
So I think, you know, both of us, if we went and requested or like went after the guy, then
Yeah.
I would have paid him for sure if he had done that.
And that's what I told him, and he was like, I respect that. And so I'm glad to hear that Johnny paid up.
Yeah.
Great job,
Respect,
Johnny.
bro.
Yeah. Now Eric did not
on
pay
the
up.
other hand.
Eric's about to get called out.
Eric, you make a bet. A bet's a bet.
That's a bet, bro. It just is what it is. How much does Eric owe?
It was the same.
500.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Don't worry, that thing's just gonna get bet on something else instantly.
Well, I'll say something to clarify with the Eric bet.
Yeah.
I did message him before the finals and said, yo, I'm confirming this. If you see this or reply to this before the finals start, then the bet's on.
Okay.
And after the game was over, obviously later on, I look at my phone, and he replied, of course, after the game. Because on social media, I had never, there was never like deal like I did with John. Right. So it was a little more gray area in that. But I did reach out before, and he didn't respond until after. So I don't know. Yeah.
I mean, I know that's not a guarantee.
Yeah.
But like, when you're betting on yourself, you have a pretty damn good track record.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
It adds just a little more, motivation. And
Well, you mentioned like earlier, like Theo needs that little.
yeah.
Are you?
But
do you
that-
strategically do that for yourself?
For
When you
myself.
feel like
Theo
you
didn't
need
even
it?
know about my bets.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
I
so-
never knew about your guarantees. Like, oh, thanks, Trev. Here we go.
Yeah,
Right.
so that's mainly for me.
You're definitely strategic,
but-
though. I know enough about you nowadays to be like,
No
Well,
accident.
yeah, because
he knows what he's doing.
we were 0-2 against Miles and Andy, and then after that Atlanta loss, I was super pissed, and then that's when I made that, or those guys made the bets, or made those comments, and I was like, all right, next time we're 0-2 against them, there's no way I'm losing to these guys again, and just give a little extra effort.
No, was that like an emotional bet? Because your guarantee after Fort Lauderdale was a little hot.
That was
a little emotional.
That was emotional. Yeah,
Sherman, take the mic away.
yeah. Especially beating you in the first round. And
Oh man! The
When you guys-
18-14
yeah.
lead
Oh,
drop
gone.
Oh, Trav, you're gonna get. Trav was already
dangle.
planning out the podcast episode
Oh
where he
my
gets to talk
gosh.
to us
Yeah.
about it.
And we didn't lose a set that
I
tournament.
know. And
Just
I was
like
looking at it,
Chicago, me and Theo didn't lose
we came the closest to taking a set.
Yeah, you came the closest, and then Avery and Phil came the closest to taking a set off us. That
Yeah.
match was funny. It always feels good. I gotta say this to beat Phil now because of
Right.
all the times you
Yeah.
crush us down early in my career.
It's all like
This
like
is
the
the
career
payback.
the career like versus Phil in case someone pulls that stat.
Yeah.
Like years ago it'd be like so embarrassing.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah,
1 for 10 or 1 for 15. Now it's like you just get to slowly like throw some wins on that. And you're like, okay, now it's starting to look better against a guy on the Mount
It's
Rushmore.
dude, it took me like from when I first started to like 4 years till I beat Phil.
Well,
Really?
but you and arguably your best partner ever, Steve-O.
Oh wait, no,
You and
I'm
Steve-O
not
took
counting
down-
that loss. That was my first tournament.
But you took him to
I'm not-
3.
No, we
Right.
beat him.
You beat him.
But Rosie
I'm
threw
not-
his back out.
I'm not really counting that as a legit win.
But that was pretty great.
Wait,
but
why?
yeah,
What,
it
what
was-
happened?
Rosie threw his back out before the tournament, and yeah, we beat them in the first round of 2014 or something. But since then, I was like 4 years straight of just getting crushed
losing
by
to
Phil, like in finals and here and there. And then now it's like beat him a few times this year with Avery 3 times, and yeah, it feels good.
It's kind of similar with Allison too. Like all-time record against Allison. Mine was decent because me and Hayden had a decent record, but like it's kind of nice to even that thing out over the last few events.
Him and Billy are playing good though. Like that's. I know
It's
you're
a
not getting.
dangerous. It's a dangerous.
I know you're
team.
not getting like 2016 Allison, but god dang, he's such a good blocker.
Yeah,
Holy shit.
I think I'm undefeated. I've
Yes,
only
Allison.
played him once internationally.
Oh,
with
really?
Me and you, we played him in Alvaro in like China.
I don't even remember.
And
Oh, yeah,
that
I
was
do
the only
remember
time
that.
I played him international.
That's right.
And then now 3 times this year with
Really?
Billy.
Oh.
So only
You're gonna
yeah.
claim that
I'm
one
claiming
right at the right
undefeated
moment.
versus one of the
That's
best
like me.
ever.
I claim undefeated against Raji and no, not Manuel. Actually, I think he got me once. But
Undefeated
like
against Raji's good.
I got Raji. Yeah, but it was like, I mean,
You got him with like Stafford.
no, Raji, Stafford. Stafford's getting lickings on
Stafford's
this episode.
getting-
Jesus.
Yeah.
Respect,
But that was
bro.
that time period.
No,
that
I was
when
gonna say
Raji
Raji,
had nailed
Ryan, but whatever. We can just crush Stafford down if we want.
Do or
it.
tie.
Stafford, I love you. I owe you a lot for hooking us up with the apartment.
Yeah, jeez, you're living in his house and just roasting him. I freaking love Stafford. We should bring him back on the pod. Just solid dialogue. I feel like he's got some good post-career dialogue.
Great dialogue.
Coming back.
He does, yeah.
It's funny. I love like whenever he chimes in on Instagram, it's always something perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
I always forget that he's like still out there and paying attention. Then he'll just drop the perfect comment.
Yeah, he's paying attention.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like your partner, Theo. Theo's sneaky funny.
Yeah,
with his
everyone
comments.
says that. It's kind of funny.
Why?
Yeah,
You disagree?
No, it's just annoying. It's taking
annoying.
away the limelight. No, everyone's always like, "Oh, your partner, he's so funny. Like, he cracks me up all the time."
You're like, oh, what about me?
I'm like, he's not that funny. Dude.
He's not that funny.
He's just a nerd.
I'm not.
He's just a straight
I'm
nerd.
not high-fiving him anymore.
Yeah,
That was kind of funny. The
that was
post.
so good. I
was up in the stands with a drink, looking at Trev when he looked up after the post he did after Theo got a block,
Yeah.
and then the photo of him just ignoring Theo.
Dude, the video is great. Some guy posted the whole match on YouTube, and then you see Theo just run up to me and like, I turn away and he just like air fives and then like trots back to the net.
He's used to, it's like I remember when I played basketball, my basketball teammates would be like, "Bro, stop high-fiving me. What are you doing? Like, this is too much." Because in volleyball, you're just so used to
Oh god,
Right.
point, and then you
Indoor.
high-five six
Yeah.
people. And it's
That's
just like, why
hilarious.
do we
Indoor
do that?
volleyball
This
is-
is so
yeah.
lame. Like,
it's too much high
we got to
fiving.
come in and we got to do a group hug. It's like 1 point. I think Theo maybe is still in his indoor phase.
For
but
sure,
with the
it's
high
part
fives.
of the culture of indoor volleyball. Just that come together and just high five.
Trev
each
has
other.
animosity just saying the word indoor
Yeah.
volleyball. Indoor volleyball.
Hate it.
Friggin'
It was a
indoor.
dumb sport.
Stupid. Except for JOs. That was kind of
This was fun. Back when I had a shoulder and hit a ball.
With your freaking headband.
Yeah.
He wore like a basketball headband.
Oh, I
Thought he
love
was
it.
all cool. Jeez.
What'd you play indoor? Right
Outside.
side? Outside?
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah.
All I could do was hit. I
Play your
couldn't-
oppo for
No.
yeah, he was like a jumper actually in high school. Like he could dunk before.
Well, you
he
still
could dunk better than
Have a
people.
sneaky vertical.
No, yeah, you
Sneaky.
can. You can
Yeah.
jump.
It's when I
But
need
like-
to. You know.
Yeah.
When I know I'm not gonna just go choppy line or choppy.
I think when you don't hit super hard, people kind of forget that you're jumping high.
Yeah.
And then once you're like trying to touch like the high line or like you're hitting high lines over people, it's like, oh, he must be up there. Like
Yeah.
he can't really like get that trajectory without like
Yeah.
being up high.
Because your shots don't go up. Like all your shots are flat.
Yeah.
You can't do that if you're jumping like a
Right.
handful of inches.
But I think people assume you jump high if you hit hard
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you just hit those flat chops. It's maddening to people. You know what's funny is that you are Miles Partain's favorite player. He's
Interesting.
like the confidence, the vision. Like he never miss-hit shots. And I feel like
Interesting.
I've seen him miss a few.
I'm his favorite player too.
A little different style.
slightly.
But he's he's the future of our sport, our USA, you know.
Yeah.
So
Bro.
he's doing good.
Crazy. The way that when you see his Instagram posts, I'm like, oh, all right, I guess I'm gonna get the notepad out here and like, oh, Miles posted something. I wanna see what's happening right here. Where's the game at? Like,
And what's he,
dude, it's
22?
insane.
21? 22?
Something like that, yeah. He's 21.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens when we have too much whiskey on the podcast. We have some technical difficulties.
Yeah, Trev, keep
So-
an eye on that.
Yeah.
So we're back. We're
We
back.
had a great conversation, you guys, and you'll just never know.
Yeah. We talked
what it
about
was.
Sander flipping double birds.
That's true.
Talking about Sean Cook trash talk game getting solid.
Oh, you guys missed out on that. Sorry about that.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Technical difficulties.
It was good.
Who do you guys think is the best? Some of the best dialogue on tour now, because it's starting. I feel like it's starting to come up. You got, I mean, obviously, you three, you two plus Tay, Sanders good.
Yeah.
Sean Cook's bringing some energy.
I haven't really experienced
Troy.
Sean Cooks. I've only seen like a little, because he has a lot of social energy.
Yeah.
Social media energy, but I haven't experienced it face to face. You know, who's I kind of liked was Evan Corey, but I feel like he kind of like grounded himself, was like, I'm gonna like try to respect these guys a little more like early on. But I feel like Evan would like go at you in the beginning.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to do that anymore with Troy.
Well, I think when the results are there, when he's winning, like I think he raised his bar pretty high, and he's not like hitting it.
Well,
so
sophomore
it's harder.
slump.
Yeah, I mean, reasonable.
Yeah,
but Evan Corey's. I like his dialogue.
Yeah, he's got some good. We talked about Hagen.
Hagen's solid.
It's not necessarily. Is it dialogue or is it more? I feel like Hagen's more like energy, not dialogue.
Yeah, he'll talk a little. I loved Freshman.
Yeah, he'll talk a little.
Frishy Frisch. He.
What happened in your match?
I blocked him and like didn't turn around. Like it wasn't even like it wasn't a stare down at all in my mind, but I didn't turn. I just like blocked it and like watched it to the floor and was like. You know, just took a while to turn, and he came under the net. I was like, "Hey, bro, we're friends, bro. You don't stare me down like that, bro. Never stare like something like very serious." I was like, "Frisch, bro, you got me wrong, but I hear you, buddy." And then he just fully calmed down. Yeah. But he fully got in my face. Was like, "You don't do that to me, bro. Never stare me down. We're friends." Like or whatever it was. It was respectful. I liked it. Yeah. But it was very Chase Frishman. Yeah. Know? Like, don't F with me, but, like, I respect you. And I was like, bro, I didn't even look at you. I got glasses on. I was just looking at the ball hitting the sand.
Trev, do you have any nominees?
Who else?
Has it been funny for you to go from playing with a guy who's going to chirp, like Try, to Theo, who's just going to be mostly making fun of himself?
Would you even consider? I feel like my dialogue's a little interesting.
Like relative to our sport,
I never initiate. I don't really initiate ever, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think I fed off yours a little too. I got excited.
Yeah, and Theo is. That's why like now I'm like I get to like when I celebrate sometimes it's just like with myself and the crowd. It's like with the crowd. I talked about this with Riley in our interview thing, and it's just like. It's a different feeling. Like it's just as good. Like sometimes, and then just every now and then, Theo will get left out with that air five. But he knows it too. Like I've seen a couple other videos where I'm like flexing on the crowd, and he's coming, and he just like comes by me and like taps me on the butt or something like that. So it's great.
It's just the different personalities.
Yeah,
but it's so funny to see how it shows itself on the court when you have like a Theo who's more like he's not gonna take that, like even if he bounce blocks, he's not gonna go to the crowd and like worship me, you know, that kind of vibe. It's more he's going straight for the high five. Whereas Trev's like, no, I'm owning this. If you block it, I
made the good
actually.
serve and got them out of system.
Yeah, I popped a little short serve in there, and then you stuffed them, and then I felt
starts with the serve.
I felt the need to flex down and point.
Oh, because we started that conversation by Lottie delivering on social media.
Oh yeah,
that's how it started. Yeah,
that got cut out on the memory card.
Yeah, so if you want to refresh everyone, Lottie delivering because that's what I didn't watch much of Chicago, and so what I'll say is that the men's social media game, it delivered.
I just feel like everyone's throwing out plenty of dialogue, but Lotman's the only one not like sarcastically joking.
Yeah,
you know, it's like we're all just kind of dialoguing here, dude.
Yeah.
But he actually takes offense to it. And I think what we talked about earlier was that indoor is more buttoned up and whatnot.
Yeah. And
so like when Reed came out and I think it was you're the one who first talked trash to him really bad and he freaked out. Like fully not panicked, but like came under the net like we have a problem.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, welcome to the beach, dude. This is just how it is.
Yeah.
And that's why we were talking about this.
Yeah. 'Cause I feel like it's just the extension of the baby court where you can just talk shit, and then in the players' tent, you're like, oh,
Dude,
that was fun.
I've told that story before, where I went to college and I started playing beach. I never played beach in the mainland, really. And then we went and played this frat league thing, and I just, obviously, it was destroying everyone. And I was like, and then when you're on the beach, you run your mouth. So I was just going at people, and they're just like, dude, you're such a dick. Like, you're being an ass. I was like, what do you mean? Like, we're competing. Like, is this not normal?
Yeah.
And I, like, had to realize, like, oh, this, like, what we did back home, like, wasn't normal. I guess that was just us.
So
and then
funny.
he kind of
Talks
just like, no, that's
so much.
what I'm going to do either way.
Yeah, we talk so much shit as kids. Like,
Remember
at
Reese,
Outrigger.
like, freaking out, like, throwing rocks at us. I remember Reese throwing rocks at us
Yeah.
because we, like, someone beat him or he lost on his at the birthday party or
Yeah.
punching the coconut trees, like,
Yeah.
fully, like, full tantrums, like, freak out.
Go for like a week without talking to your best friend, and then you
Hey,
squash
can I come
it.
over to
and
play
then
Halo?
it's squashed, randomly.
Yeah.
It just goes away, then it's back to normal.
What about Partain and Benesh? They're good. Andy's always got a little bit going on.
It's hilarious. The whole like, what did he say that one time?
Is it too small?
Yeah,
He-
too small little boy. He
was
said,
talking
too
to
small little
yeah.
boy.
Does he
I
still
was
do that
like,
to you guys
whoa.
now when you play him?
I don't know if I haven't played him since Huntington.
But did he do that to you then?
Yeah, he said too small little
Because
boy,
he was doing
but
that.
like super quietly.
He did that to us last year when we played
Okay.
me and Phil.
Yeah, last
when we
year.
lost them. But he's every match this year against them. They're both super quiet.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just against you.
Now
That he
it's,
says
now
that
it's just
too.
me. Well, they were beating us. Like, we had a bad energy, kind of, or not bad energy, but like I could feel them having the momentum. So I was like, all right, let's see, like, if I can at least create some energy through the net and see if they
And then
engage.
kick Miles through the net.
And then see if I can kick Miles and see if I can engage. And this is Andy's still he's putting his time, but like he's still proving himself this year before he went on this run.
Yeah.
And he made it a point to be like, I'm happy to engage in these
Yeah.
kinds of things. The dialogue itself wasn't like veteran dialogue, you know?
Yeah.
But it made me laugh. And he definitely also like was like, I need to stand up for my teammate who I know is not going to speak up.
Yeah.
So it was good. And I wouldn't say he has great dialogue, but he's certainly willing to engage.
Yeah. He's coming up.
Yeah, no. Perfect.
It makes it way more entertaining for the fans. Like, as someone who watches it, I love it when teams start to get a little chirpy.
Oh yeah,
It
for
makes it
sure.
way more fun.
As a
But people
fan,
get really
Yeah.
uncomfortable. Like a lot of women, like Gabby, my wife, she hates it. It just makes her so uncomfortable to think that people don't like each other. And like, you know, she's so like compassionate. I feel like there's a lot of people out there who just don't understand how we can go at each other like emotionally, I guess, and like cross that line and then be okay.
Yeah.
But we can.
I feel
Somewhat.
like it's
Yeah.
it's
There's a line though. There is a
distinctly-
line.
It's a distinctly male trait. I
Okay.
think.
That's
so yeah,
fair. That's
anytime
fair.
I'm watching a match and that happens, I'm like just loving it. More invested in the match after seeing that,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm sure that's how a lot of the other fans are.
Who do you feel like your favorite athletes growing up were always those kinds of athletes?
Yeah, for sure. Like I was obviously a Kobe fan, and
Yeah.
he was
Mhm.
big trash talker. MJ,
Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller. I
Reggie
didn't really
Miller's
care
like
for Reggie
all-time
Miller
trash
as much.
talker.
Yeah, and then obviously
Mark Brunell.
Mark Brunell. In
This guy
football,
was the biggest Jaguars fan back in the day,
Dude.
and he won't tell anyone that, and he won't claim
Right.
Jags anymore. Whereas
Never.
I'm still with my Vikes.
Just
Trevor
Aaron Rodgers.
Just saying that.
No, I mean,
Bandwagon.
well, with football, it's harder because you don't get their helmets are on, so you don't see a lot of the
Right.
trash
And you don't
talking.
hear it either.
As a fan, yeah, you don't hear it either. With basketball, you know, it's always usually there because then I don't know. I don't really watch any.
You know
other
who's the best was
sports.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
nuts.
The big
I
ticket.
I
Yeah.
love the big ticket.
But you gotta you gotta draw the line between being a Kevin Garnett and a Dylan Brooks, where you just look
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah.
He crossed
Because
the
when you
line.
try,
and
when you
looked
trash
like
talk,
an
that's
idiot.
one of the most vulnerable things you can do.
He doesn't back it up with great play. You know,
Yeah.
Kevin Garnett was a great player.
Well, here's the thing: is like, you go to LeBron, and you try to trash talk on national television to LeBron. Now you're stepping into his space and his spotlight that he's earned. You haven't earned that spotlight. You're trying to steal his spotlight or try to like backpack his spotlight with your talk, but your play hasn't done any of it. So that's where I felt like he went wrong. Whereas if he had just like done it with his play and then started the dialogue, it would have been much better. Like him and Curry were kind of going at it for a while back in the day, but Curry had like earned the right to talk with LeBron. Like, bro, you can't talk with him. Like, he's a god and you're just an average Joe. Yeah. Like, you haven't earned that yet.
Or did you guys follow the U.S. Open tennis?
A little bit.
The young American Ben Shelton, where his thing was
tennis,
he would answer the call, hang up, and then after Djokovic just smoked him, Djokovic was walking up, he was like,
"See you, bud."
But that only happens at the end of the game, right? As in, basketball. That's why it's like the perfect trash talk sport, because you're just face to face with that one guy the whole time. You could literally say anything you want at any point in time and get away with it, Yeah. So it's unlike any other sport for trash talking.
Yeah. Do you miss it? Basketball?
Yeah,
really?
I miss and it's fun, it was really fun playing.
Probably didn't run your mouth as much as volleyball in basketball though, I would guess.
No.
It was a little different. Plus there's a lot of Polynesians in Hawaii playing basketball who were down to fight.
Yeah.
Like I
for
played
sure.
D2 and there was like fights on the court where I'm like, "Oh,
dude,
bro, I got to get out of here." Like trying to dodge.
Yeah. I almost got in a few scuffles just from, trash talking right to the guy, but it's like
you almost got into it with Manti?
And Manti, yeah.
You Manti dude.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I keep forgetting that like guys like you grew up with guys like that.
Yeah.
Because when I watched that documentary and they're like, "Oh yeah, Manti was like Punahou," I was like, "Hold on, I'm doing the math right." Then he would have played with all you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 year basketball, my senior year.
Yeah, he's a little younger. He's like what?
He's 1 year younger than me.
Taylor's age?
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
In between.
Oh, in between you and Taylor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Punahou, when we were in high school or after we graduated, maybe your senior year, wasn't it voted like #1 athletic high school in the country?
Yeah, my senior year we got that.
Your senior year.
Damn. In the country.
Yeah. We still have the most state championships of any high school in the U.S.
Yeah, it's kind of BS.
Yeah.
Because we have more sports. We offer more sports to the students.
Well, also you're on an island
you're also
just
on
dominating.
Yeah.
Like basketball, come on. You guys would get smoked in most high schools.
But I mean, we've also had multiple professional athletes to come out. Like
that's true.
In a lot of sports, like surfing, volleyball, football, baseball.
Yeah. That's true.
So we have,
Do private schools in Hawaii compete against public?
For the states, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
not the league.
Once you go to states.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because Maryland keeps it separate.
Punahou's like the Patriots, like when they're dominating, they're like the Patriots of Hawaii. Like I've never beat Punahou. I beat Iolani in volleyball once. I beat Kameme in basketball D2 once. Never even come close. Like I just got smoked by Punahou every time, no matter what. Yeah. I mean, I was basically my whole team half the time.
Yeah.
Especially in basketball. I had Keone. It was me and Keone. We were good, but volleyball was me, Nick, and Sim. But yeah, literally never come close. So I'm just like a Punahou hater, Even though I would sneak into the weight room later and like, "Oh, can I use your weight room?" But yeah, they're just dominant for sure.
Yeah, it's easy to forget that you didn't go there. Because like all your boys,
I try to claim it hard.
We're all Punahou. Yeah.
It was more outrigger. Like that was the connecting piece for all of us.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for outrigger, I wouldn't know any of these guys or play volleyball. 100%.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
I meant to ask you because we've had 8 straight outrigger guys in the Hawaii finals, the Manhattan Beach Open finals.
Dude.
What was it like playing Tay and watching Tay win his first Manhattan? Because obviously, I feel like if any of you guys are going to lose, you'd want it to be to another Hawaiian.
Yeah,
could be wrong.
For me,
get that sense.
Yeah, that was like the team. If someone had to beat me, like I would have been slightly okay with, or not super pissed off.
Yeah.
Like still went out and celebrated it with him after. But if it had been anybody else, even trying came, I probably would have went home.
No shellback.
Yeah.
Maybe 9 p.m. you would have maybe peeked your head
Peeked in for a quick Fana shot.
Well, because with Taylor winning, still family. You have the family claim.
Yeah.
Like, we got another peer.
Yeah.
You got the Hawaii claim, but Taylor didn't match your record. Right. So he's got 1. Whereas if I won it, it would have matched your record.
Right.
So he still got that on me. So, yeah. And then it's also like, when it comes to Manhattans and the big ones, you don't want new people on the list.
Right.
Like, you want it to stay within, it's like
In
that Heisman
elite
class.
company.
Yeah, elite company.
Yeah.
But then it's like, if anyone's going to come in, okay, Sander and Taylor, like,
Yeah.
seems kind of proper that
Deserving.
they're in there.
And Tay was
Tay had
due.
the swing.
Yeah,
he
years
was
ago.
due.
He had the swing.
Man, if he didn't get one,
Yeah.
it would hurt my soul, that swing
Yeah.
in 2018, that he couldn't get it back.
Yeah. He was bound to get one.
Yeah.
I guess that was both for me and Trev. It's like, oh, if Trev wins it, then that's not good either. I hope Bug wins it, though. I don't want
Then
it.
I'm doubling
I definitely
you.
don't want Sean Cook and them to win it, or Hagen and them. We don't need them on the
If
pier.
I was playing Hagen in the finals, who would you cheer for? It's tough. Like, if he
Bro,
was playing Hagen in the finals,
I would legitimately be leaning,
or like Cook in the
I'd
finals.
be leaning heavily more towards you in that, because at least I'd be like, okay, I'll just claim Hawaii card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, there's my win.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to those guys, but like I said, you just want it to stay in elite. You want people to have grinded and worked to get there and have earned it.
Yeah.
And the Bug and Sandman's like legitimately in the
Yeah.
Volleyball Hall of Fame already, as far as I'm concerned.
And the
So like that's proper.
big ones, I feel like across any sport, the big ones, you want the best players to win. Like,
Yeah, I'll do a little bit more.
it kills me in golf when I see a major won by someone that I've never heard of. I'm like, like Wyndham Clark, I would have rather seen Rory.
Right.
And so in those big momentous moments, like, I would much rather have the better team win.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just feels better to me. red light.
Still recording. Yeah. So, is what it is.
Well, Trev, appreciate you coming on again. Sorry about the memory card snafu.
It's all right. We gotta.
It wasn't the drinking whiskey with the Crabs episode of the past. Too many people got married, have wives to tend to.
Way too many people got married and had kids.
Yeah, well, cheers.
All good. We
Cheers.
can run one
Congrats
back.
on
Chicago.
Chicago.
When Theo has
Yeah.
time.
We need like multiple wife okays, and
Mm-hmm.
then we'll do it.
You want to come say hi?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'll fix that for you. You want to say hi?
Speaking
This
of
is Uncle-
kids and
Hi.
podcasts,
This is Uncle Trav's episode. Trev's.
you sound like
Nah,
Jose.
is this gonna be the best episode ever? Is this the best episode ever?
Not the best episode.
Can't even say yes or no.
All right, boys. Shoots.
Shoots.